The situation in Syria is rapidly deteriorating as fighting intensifies across the country, including in the capital. The suffering gets worse. I'm deeply distressed by the rising death toll and the growing number of people who have been forced to flee their homes within the country and across the borders. The international community has a collective responsibility to live up to the United Nations Charter and act on its principles. The United Nations remains actively engaged and fully mobilized. I'm sending my Undersecretary General for Peacekeeping Operations, Mr. Hervé Ladouceux, to Syria to assess the situation, as well as the top UN military advisor, General Gaia, to lead UNSMIS in this critical phase. The Deputy Joint Special Envoy, Mr. Al-Kidwa, has traveled to Doha, Qatar, where he will attend the ministerial meeting of the Arab League Committee on Syria. The unanimous vote yesterday on Resolution 2059 is a constructive sign. Now the Council must redouble its efforts to forge a united way forward and exercise its collective responsibility under the Charter of the United Nations. I urge all the parties in Syria, government and opposition forces, to stop armed violence without any condition. The extension of UNSMIS mandate for only 30 days is a strong signal that the onus is, above all, on the parties and with the Syrian government in the first place, who must stop the killing and the use of heavy weapons against the population centers. I share the concern of the High Commissioner for Human Rights that as fighting in urban areas escalates, it presents extreme risks for civilians. All parties have clear responsibilities toward civilians and obligations they must respect. There must be an end to killing and human rights violations, and a rapid move toward a peaceful Syrian-led political transition and political dialogue. Croatia is also making its urgent and visible steps towards a credible transition would constitute an alternative to the violence.
Membership in the United Nations as Serbia.
Members of the Security Council and members of the Action Group have the responsibility to help the Syrians take these steps and open a viable alternative to the fighting which is destroying the country.